Hello everyone. So, there is one topic that I want to talk about for a very long period of time. It is actually related to, if you will see in northern India, there are states like Jharkhand, Bihar, who are struggling right now a lot. If you will see, the people of Bihar have the maximum percentage of migration from Bihar to any other state. For example, if we'll go to Delhi, one third population of Delhi is from UP and Bihar. If we'll go to Mumbai, right? Mumbai have also a huge capacity of people who are coming from Bihar and UP. So what could be the reason for that, and why the maximum percentage of people are migrating for Bihar, and why there are no industries in Bihar and the metropolitan? When you talk about any city, you have to make it metropolitan. Why Patna is not able to go on that track? So in this video I will talk about it. First of all, I will start with the most important thing is that why private industries are not interested in Bihar. Because look, you have to understand the fact that if you want development of any state, industries wise, or you if you want tourism, if you want industries, if you want employment, if you want metro, so all these things are depend upon the financial economical cycle of that city. Like, what I'm saying, right? Like, for example, if you see Delhi has metro, has airport. Why? Because the financially Delhi generates that much amount of money also. There are tier one companies, for example, all the Fang and Mang companies, or you would say startups, developers who are working in Gurgaon, Noida, and all these centers. So there comes the tier one companies where developers are working, software engineers are working. Then come the tier two companies, which basically includes anything related to petrochemical or sugar or steel, iron. So that is the reason why any city, it is responsible that financially and economically, if that city is not generating that revenue, it is practically it is not possible to have a developed state. Okay, and that's where Bihar lags. Bihar doesn't generate that much revenue, or doesn't generate that much amount of money where you could invest in Patna or in any city of the Bihar. And that's why you will see the majority cities in Bihar are not that developed as compared to any of the northern Indias. For example, Jaipur, Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, if Bangalore, if we'll compare to these cities. So the what is the reason for that? Okay, so the first reason is that in Bihar, why private companies? I told you that industries are the most important aspect of development. Economical development is totally dependent upon industries, but there is a reason, and the reason is that why private industries are not interested in investing in Bihar. Like, what could be the reason for that? So the reason is very simple, that in Bihar, Bihar economy is actually depend upon 80% of the people in Bihar depends upon their land, their acquisition of land, their agricultural land. And why they will not be? Because Bihar is the most fertile land. Ganga flows through UP and Bihar, and any like territory close to the Ganga river is the most fertile soil. So Bihar has the most fertile soil, and the people of Bihar are mostly dependent upon their agricultural land for giving them the money, the food, and basically for the survival of their life, right? In that case, what happens is that any private company or any private industry, if they are coming to Bihar, and if they wants to acquire a land, okay, so the first thing is they have to talk to 20 people. So let's suppose that there is a land which is 20 hectare. Okay, there is a 20 hectare land. In that land, what will happen is that that 20 hectare land is acquired by 20 different peoples. You know why? Because majority of the people in Bihar are totally dependent upon their lands for their food, for their survival, for their money, right? So what will happen in that case is that the company and the government has to talk to 20 different people, which in itself is a very big headache. So that is the reason that acquiring land in Bihar and taking land from the people, it's very difficult. It's not the same thing in any of the other cities, but that is the thing in Bihar, that talking to 20 different people and then acquiring the land is quite it's difficult thing if you don't realize it, but it is a very difficult thing to go talk to 20 different people, and then you have to put a price tag on that also. Okay, look, this much how we can pay, and that's when if they will agree, they will disagree. There are a lot of circumstances, right? So in that case, it is practically not possible for the state or for the private industry owners to go and acquire a land. So that is the first reason. The first reason is acquiring land, because whenever we start any manufacturing company, or whenever we starting industry, we have to make a manufacturing line, right? So in that case, we need land. You cannot make things on trees in air, right? You need a land for that, right? So having a land is very important for starting a manufacturing line, and the process of acquiring land would be so difficult in any state. It will not excite the private industries to go in that state and invest. That is not the same thing in Gujarat, right? I live in Gujarat. I mean, I have lived my whole life in Rajasthan. Then my father was working in Gujarat. He works in Surat. He works in a textile industry. He's a BCom graduate. He's a cashier, right? So he works in a textile industry. I know Surat by myself, like by my soul. There are two places where I have invested my whole life: Kota and Surat. These two cities are the like I have never gone to any other city except these two cities. I know Surat, and I know how textile industries works in Surat. How many industries are there? People don't have to find any kind of difficulty for getting a job. If someone is kicking you out of a company, you just have to walk 100 meters, go to any next industry, and they might need any kind of a beam gator, fitter, helper, operator, and you'll get a job instantly. Why? Because there are industries. So if there is industries, it means that it will generate employment. And that's why Gujarat has Gujarat state, when Prime Minister Modi was the chief minister of Gujarat back in 2004 to 14, at that time the investment in Gujarat was the highest. That's when the Adani came. That's when so many industries started taking boom in Gujarat, because the state and the Gujarat government has made the process of acquiring land easy. So that's why there are so many industries in Gujarat right now, that you see that it is the industrial, almost like an industrial hub of country. There is no state in this world, in this country, which is like ahead of Gujarat, right? So that's I hope you could make sense to me that why Bihar is lagging right now. Acquiring land is one of the bigger and one of the most major problem for Bihar. And now comes the most important thing, is that if you will put certain amount of skillful people at certain place for a longer period of time, it will create more opportunities. Why am I saying this? Am I saying this because, just take an example of Bangalore. Bangalore, you can see IT hub, the most financial, the most startups. Every startup that you will see is taking boom in India. Whether they go to Hyderabad, Bangalore, or Delhi, they don't go to any other places except these places. Okay, why there Bangalore is such a IT hub? Because it's easy to find a graduate engineer or a graduate developer very easily. So it's very easy to find a skillful employee in Bangalore, right? So that when all the skillful people collects together at one place, it generally generates more revenue. And Bihar doesn't have that leverage, and that's where it is lagging right now. So that is also one reason, that the lack of skillful people collectively working together at a single place is also somewhere keeping Bihar 10 to 15 years behind from other states of India. So this is the first part of video that I have made, and I don't want to elongate that video more than 10 minutes, because the watch per videos doesn't really because longer videos doesn't really affect the people. So in the next part, I will give you some more points and more bullet points, that what are the reason and why Bihar is struggling right now. And I hope I made certain arguments that you can, if you want, you can counterpart that arguments in my comment section, and I would be really happy to give you a response. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in next video.